Gold can be a stubborn thing in New World. Sometimes you feel like you have more than you know what to do with. Other times you don't even have enough to buy food. So let's get some info out there so you have enough gold to always play the game and you're never stuck in the ladder situation. I'm going to give you 5 tips that are primarily centered around the market, which is standing here behind me, on how to make lots of gold with not very much work. The first of these is Flint. Now, as you're running around the world, you're going to see Flint all over the place. It's just scattered around. And in some zones, you can actually mine it out of the rocks. This is used in crafting, but more importantly, it shows up on town boards. So folks grinding this tend to just buy it up so they can turn it in. And the funny thing is we'll go look here. When you go look at Flint, you can get it anywhere. You can sell it for anywhere from 1 to 3 gold. Right now here in Everfall, we're seeing about a little shy of 1 gold for each one. But if we look at all the settlements, let's look at Cutlass Keys. It's going for 1. Windsward, you're 1.5. If you get into First Light, you're starting to push 2 gold per flint. So it's definitely worth picking up. And that's all I do is I'm running around. I don't go look for it. But as I find it, I pick it up, I see it, and then when I get to town, I sell it in chunks of 10 or 20 or 30, and it's just that extra little bit of gold in your pocket that you can use to buy other stuff with. On top of this, as a bonus, you'll get night crawlers and some other bait out of this, and those as well can sell for quite a bit. Right now, we're selling for about 30 to 40 cents here in Everfall, but let's go look at some of these other higher ones. So Monarch's Bluff, some of these other ones, you're pushing 2-3 gold per. So a single flint can net you 4 or 5 gold if done properly. Now, next up is sausages. And here's why my favorite part about sausages is, and I've actually got some listed right now. This 171 is mine because they sell for about 4 gold, and that's here. Check where you're at. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. But sausages take 1 red meat, which costs here, 30, 40 cents. And then it takes 2 honeys, which cost about 9 cents, 10 cents. So we'll just say 10 cents. So you're talking 60 cents to craft a single sausage. And then you can sell that for almost 4 gold. That is huge profit. And the reason behind this is sausages are used in a couple of the town board crafts specifically, but it's also used in tons of cooking crafts, or can be used. So it's got quite a bit of value. It's a great little thing to turn over some cash and make some money. Third up is fishing. Fishing. Every fish you catch is worth a minimum of 1 gold when you salvage it. But if you get oil, premium fillets, you could make a ton more. Sometimes the fish themselves are worth a ton. Large salmon, for example, can go for anywhere from 100 to 300 gold, depending on the town, of course. Medium salmon sell for that 30 to 40 gold range. And then you've got things like tadpoles, which sell for a lot of money. Oysters, which there's none for list here, but they sell for a ton. And clams, which can sell for a ton as well. Even the snails, which are on the bottom end, are still worth over 1 gold a piece. Next up is going to be energizing light rations and travel rations. Now, these light rations are big money, especially if you do it correctly. These can be made very easily in any kitchen in the game. You can even make them in your camps. And the best thing to do is find the cheapest component for them. A lot of the components are expensive. So it takes one of these various components to craft these. And right now, mushrooms are the cheapest one for me. So if you go in and you buy mushrooms, you can buy them for 70, sometimes even down to 40 cents per. Then you can turn them into energizing light rations that sell for 230, 240, 250, sometimes even $3. So you're more than tripling your money just buying up some mushrooms, turning them into energizing light rations and selling them. And again, that's because these are available on the town boards. Now, the energizing travel rations don't make you quite as much money. They sell for a lot less, but they're easy to make. I've been using 1 red meat, again, for about 40 cents, and 1 honey, which is 10 cents. So 50 cents, and you can sell these for 70, sometimes 80 cents. If you really want to get into it, you can buy and find the cheapest components that you can buy, craft them there, then take those to another settlement, because you can put, if you take one of the things that's handy with the energizing travel rations is, like, let's just say these are energizing travel rations. You see how I've got 23 of them here and my weight goes up? If you put them in there, your weight goes down. It helps with the travel costs a little bit. You can't do that with the components, but you could potentially fill up 200 energizing travel rations and then carry them wherever without much of an Azoth cost or weight cost, and then sell them where they're worth more. Now, the last one's a little more complicated, but I've had a lot of luck with it in the last couple of days, not just leveling up my skills cheaper, but getting components to craft things and make a lot more money with them. And that is using buy orders. So if you come in here, I'm going to go look at my buy orders actually. And right now I have 3 buy orders up. I have red meat, honey, and oil. Just like I said, I'm using the red meat and the honey to craft other things. And what happens is if somebody has these components and they come into the market and they don't want to list them, they don't want to wait around, they can just fill your order and they sell things to you right away. Now it's looking like the red meat might have been a little bit too low and the honey might have been a little bit high because it filled so fast. And the oil, we'll wait to see. I just put that one up a little bit ago. But if you can get these components at a fixed price, you know what that price is, then you can come into a number where you want to sell. So like, let's say travel rations, right? And I want to make 2x my money. I just work backwards to what my component costs are. I list the buy orders. It's a little bit of a risk, but not much. And as they fill, I just craft the travel rations or the energizing rations or whatever I'm doing, and I sell them and I make money. Now they've cleared it out because I had them up night and I haven't reset them yet, but I almost always try to have buy orders for greenwood or hide and fibers, because then I can craft those up into higher components that I know what the costs are, especially with linen. Because I'll get the fibers, and I can usually get the fibers cheap enough that I can turn around and sell the linen and actually make money or break even at the very worst. So there you go. That's it. 5 quick tips to help you make a little bit of money. I hope these help, and I wish you the best of luck in your market endeavors in New World. We'll see you in the next video.